That birdie gets her to 2 under from just inside a foot. And our defending champion is Lydia Ko.
Beautiful hybrid here on the tough 7th. Home course has all of the knowledge on these greens and putting it to good use.
Just a beauty. That gets her to the chevron. And it couldn't have got much better for Lydia Ko, whose wins included the AIG Women's Open at St Andrews, completing a sweep of the 3 Olympic medals with gold in Paris, and it all came after her success here in the season. As we watch Brooke Henderson also unable to convert at the 8th as we get back up to 9 and join Karen Stepples.
Lydia Ko from the left rough.
Really good.
Was helping wind, ball was above her feet.
Just trying to chase something up there into the neck of this green. That's really stable with her lower body with the ball so far above her feet.
Go back up to the 10.
We'll go up to 9.
So Lydia Ko with her 3rd shot, trying to get it up and down for a birdie.
Yeah, she's found herself on a bit of an upslope in front of the green here. It's quite tight when you get close to the green on the green surrounds. She's going to pitch it into a little bit of an upslope, but the green does fall away quite quickly once the ball gets hole high. There's a little swale to the right of the flag, so keep this a little bit left of this hole.
Lydia will have that for her 4, knowing how good she... Lydia Ko for the birdie.
This one is a little bit uphill at the start, should move to the right.
Looks like she just started it too far left, Karen.
This is Lydia Ko on the 10th hole at Lake Nona.
And just from a mini upslope, that was from 155, trying to get it to fade.
Wow, another error. We saw Nelly Corder and the group in front unable to find the green in 2, and the professionals have ties to Lake Nona, either being residents inside the gates or living very close nearby, like Leona Maguire. But back to the 10th, and what's Lydia Ko left herself with here, Karen?
Well, she's trying to assess her lie at the minute. It's kind of teed up in the first sort of cut of rough. So she's a master of figuring out the shots. She's always very creative with it. So for her to be spending so much time looking at this lie means that it's something that she has to think about. She will land into a bit of an upslope and it will kick to the right once the ball hits the green. But the way the ball is suspended, that's really what I think is causing her pause to think here, because becomes contact on the club face and how much pop of that club you're going to get.
Karen, it almost looks like the grass is growing a little bit back into her. This could come out heavy. That would be the tendency, which makes it more difficult having to chip up this rise.
Exactly what it did. It just rode up that club face because of that grass.
And that's why she was looking at it for so long. There's not a lot else you can do there.
Be a 3-shotter there for Nelly.
As we drop back to 10 and look at Lydia Ko trying to save par after missing this green left. Unable to do so. Mistake really came from the 2nd shot there, so she'll...
Karen, Lydia Ko looks like she's blocked herself out here.
Yeah, a bit of a misfire with the layup. I mean, just about, what, probably about 5 yards too far left, really, to be comfortable. Trying to decide if she wants to go over or under these trees in front of her. She had her most lofty club out initially and trying to figure out...
What's the distance over the bunker?
Over the bunker right now. Should be... It's going to be 30 short, so it should be about 45, I think, for the fairway. Yeah.
Really trying to figure out how much height she could get on the most lofty club. The lie isn't that great either, it's sitting down. And I really think that the only shot she has is to play it low.
She's probably playing a lot more than that.
But I can sandwich up here, right?
Yeah.
And even if you hit sandwich at the, even if we go like just inside the right side of the green, that makes sense. And it takes out the tree, and it potentially gives us a putt.
So it looks like she's going to play slightly more to the right, so she can play over the edge of those trees.
Karen, you know, for someone who's so good at managing a golf course, and the fact that she's a member here, I can't believe she's left herself in that spot.
I know, and she actually got so much height on that. I think she probably could have been more aggressive with the line too.
Yeah, and it's going to finish in the bunker. Where is it? Just on the top of the bunker there. So she has a good chance of getting that up and down, but you just don't see Lydia making course management. Fourth shot for Lydia Ko at the 11th.
Pretty straightforward bunker shot. You can pitch it into a little bit of an upslope.
Just didn't release as much as I think she thought it might.
In this group, he must be thinking, what do I have to do to get in on this group? What a wonderful moment here at the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions as we find Lydia Ko trying to save par here at 11. And she does.
Just making a little bit of a mess of these last couple of holes.
We're back at the 12th, and here is Lydia Ko from the middle of the fairway at this par 4.
Yeah, it's got a little upslope. 168 to the hole. That's a 4 hybrid. Bit of wind into.
Yeah, good job. So, Tom, can you settle the...
Well, it's good. It was $200 last year. Now it's gone down to 150. So we'll wait a few more years.
3 more years, and the debt might be cleared as we go to our defending champion. All right, Lydia.
Shot. This green always very difficult to hit because there's a huge swale on the right half of it.
Kind of like up there. Right side. Yeah, it should be like right here.
And the wind is off the left. And at the moment, there's a bit of hurt in it too. I really feel that with these really soft conditions, you can be quite aggressive with your...
playing, you think?
with the shot into this green.
Maybe it's slightly closer to that. 10.
And I think if I had a preference playing it, a little bit longer and a little bit left of this flag would be ideal. But of course, that brings in that left bunker. Lydia has a 5-iron out here.
She's going to start this, Karen, almost over this left bunker. Loves to see the ball fall to the right. That's what worked so well for her last year.
It's got to keep moving.
Moving enough.
Tough to tell where that finished.
Yes. Or should I hit a 7?
The Tom Fazio design that opened back in 1986. As we take you back out to find Lydia Ko on the golf course.
Here's at the 13th. Missed the green in that bunker and back down the green here, Karen.
It is, but she's off of a bit of an upslope, so that will help. Lots of green to use, but expect this to run out just a little bit on her. Don't want it to run out too far because that swirl is right behind that hole. That's what we expect from Lydia, isn't it?
Yeah, really good. Take a look at that action.
She's just so good, Tom, with these clubs in her hand and that little bit of an upslope. This is one, I mean, she was looking nearly to hole here. Very steady with her lower body. Look at how she keeps her weight on her front foot. Loads into her left side, stays there through the entire swing. That is just textbook.
Yeah, we'll go to the 14th.
Absolutely do. I think that his golf game could... I think he'd be happier if he was playing a little better, but he looks to be definitely soaking up the atmosphere. And how can you not love playing with Lydia Ko? I mean, she's a dream to play with.
Yeah, they're good friends. They've been good friends since they played in a pro-am back in New Zealand years ago. Yeah, what a good shot that is.
Leaves it just below the hole. Perfect spot to putt from there. Wonderful. The way that they're not really competing against each other, there almost have people in the group that are cheering for them. It's not something that you would normally have in a typical LPGA event.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, definitely.
Here's Lydia Ko for birdie on 14, and that was left the whole way. So she's unable to capitalize at the 14th.
Right where she was set up there. Just misread. Expected that to fall a little bit to the right.
Well, let's go up to 7.
Go back to the tee at the par 5, and here's Lydia Ko.
Nice little bit of helping wind on this hole today for this tee shot.
The slowest start on her day, but ultimately has put together a 2 under par round of 70. Karen, back to Lydia on the tee at 15.
Second shot here in the fairway.
Yeah, she's got 235 to the front, 252 to the hole. You've got that helping wind, hint of a downslope. This one going on a big fade.
It wouldn't suit her eye with this whole location on the left, trying to cut it away from the penalty area. That's a really good lead there. A little bit more straightforward than the pitch we just saw Nelly play.
Lydia, of course, knows this golf course very well. This is her Florida home, her winter home here. Chance for a birdie.
No
Come into
problem
play for her.
for the world #1 as we drop back to 15.
Third shot here for Lydia.
And from one of those tight lies, she's opened that club face up, but going to play a little runner. And as she was rehearsing it, she was, getting the feel of that release through the ball. So good with her hands, Morgan.
I like that she carried it almost all the way to the top of that slope there, took out the upslope and into the grain part out.
Mexico. Do you remember that on
What?
Netflix? Did you ever watch that?
No,
He
I
was
didn't watch.
great in that. He was
I
really
didn't watch.
good.
Well, I was ever so upset because they killed him off in Landman after the second episode.
Ah,
And
don't mention that to him.
no, but it was. I did enjoy. I have enjoyed watching Landman, so I was upset when he didn't make it.
Now Lydia. Is this
Pretty
for birdie?
straightforward.
I've forgotten what was going on here with Lydia, with everything else going on.
It is. This is for birdie.
It's also something that these players have to deal with, that challenge of staying focused, staying in their routine when there is maybe more going on around them than they're used to. You kind of really have to embrace this format. Some players love it, some players not quite as much, but the ones who really do embrace it are the ones that find themselves in contention time and time again here.
While we have a moment, let's pop down to Amy.
So Derek Lowe will settle for par, and we'll go back to the tee here at 16 and find Lydia Ko.
Yeah, downwind today, and there is a little sort of grass bunker in the middle of the fairway that you really want to avoid. It's not particularly long grass, but it just makes the second shot more awkward. 270 gets to that today. I know the fairways are soft, but on a normal day downwind, I would think that Lydia would be able to get to that.
Yeah, she likes it.
Spent a lot of time coming into this season just reinforcing that fade that she likes to hit, eliminating the left side of the fairway with.
All right, 216, and Lydia Ko's in good position here, Karen.
She is, only 125 to go. Whole location, though, looks like there's nothing behind it or to the right. Smart play for Lydia there.
Good lead, a little bit of a.
As we watch Lydia Cara going through the motions here with her putt, Michael Pena did get up and down for his bogey, played a nice little chip, tapped in from about 6 inches, so not all doom and gloom for him there at the end of the day after a tough chip. Lydia's putt is going to move a little bit to the right, slightly uphill, But the trouble is with it, with the way you think it's moving to the right, at the hole it's going to straighten out. So very easy to leave this one on the high side. And I think, Morgan, you said about how tricky these greens are. I was a member here for a number of years and still didn't feel like I ever had them down. They're just very difficult, even when you know them.
What was it Ray Allen said to Amy? I'm still trying to figure these greens out. I think he's not alone in this field, or even, like you said, Karen, people who play here weekly.
We'll go to the 16th.
And find the word number 2. Trying to save par is Lydia Ko.
Back on the 17th tee, this is Lydia Ko.
Let's see if she can rebound after the last bogey. A little bit of helping wind in this. Started on line.
The last couple of groups, we've seen some players miss club long here with that downwind. No surprise, Lydia dialing it in, trying to bounce back after that 3-putt on the left.
Back at the 17th, we saw the great tee shot. This is the birdie putt for Lydia Ko.
A little bit of movement to the left.
Wow, so hard to read. But while we have a moment, let's go back down to Amy Rogers.
Thanks so much, Tom. Here,
Small areas, small targets.
And if the wind gets up, which it is forecast to do for a couple of days this week, it's perfect scoring conditions today, though. Back on the tee, here's Lydia Ko. She'd love to finish under par here, Karen.
She would, and in an ideal world, Cara, this tee shot really sets up for a little bit of a draw, but Lydia does hit the fade, so imagine this one starting a little bit down the left half of this fairway and fading towards the right half. You don't want to go too far right, there are bunkers, and it's just a bit of an awkward shot from out to the right. As Paige has said as well, there is water and trouble down the left.
I can see her taking those practice swings there, really trying to hold that face open through the shot, get that ball falling to the right.
Yeah.
Just trying to dial those feels back in that worked so well for her last season.
Those short trees.